let's move on. We're staying with Maniac Cop, but this time against Ravenous from 1999. Yeah, that's an easy choice. I mean, Ravenous is a all right movie. I know there's a lot of people out there that actually think it's a pretty good movie. It's just it's just not entirely my cup of tea, I guess. I can respect it, I enjoy it for what it is, I guess, but yeah, Maniac Cop gets it easily from me.
Yeah, I think Ravenous is decent, but it just seems a little messy at times. It's just, I mean, like Chucky said, it's not necessarily my thing. So yeah, Maniac Cop's a lot more consistent to my values.
Hells yeah. Okay. Ooh, Reanimator versus Dolls. And these are both directed by Stuart Gordon, I believe. So, um, yeah. Even though Reanimator is a really good movie, I mean, me being a Chucky fan, being into like doll horror, I guess you could say, is what kind of tips this one in that favor. Plus, I think it's slightly more fun than Reanimator is. Reanimator has a lot of wacky stuff going on in it, but yeah, I just for Dolls, I mean, even just the ending. And by the way, I watched Dolls last night, which I did tell you about before we started recording, but I did watch it again last night, and that scene at the end where Guy Rolfe is reading that note, which seems quite fake, and he asks about the hookers or whatever. He's like, "Oh, P.S. I took the hitchhikers with me," and then just throws it in the fire. How can you not enjoy such a ridiculous ending?
And I'll say for my part, I think I've only actually seen Reanimated once. Like I have a friend who really enjoys it, but from my recollection, it just wasn't entirely my vibe. Whereas I think that was just like legit fun. And plus, it's also a somewhat short movie too, so it's very digestible and it gets the job done. So
Mm.
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty easy choice for me.
But a nice little shout out to that scene at the beginning of Reanimator where he's breaking the pencils and he slowly pulls out another one. I always get a good kick out of that scene. Let's go to Final Destination versus Christine. We had no hesitation there. Uh, we did talk about Christine a little while back, and I think we both have very similar opinions about that movie. That
Yeah, I can
it's
sum this up in like five sentence, like one sentence. It's way too fucking long. It's like an hour and 50 minutes, and it just is unnecessarily lengthy. So
yeah,
I was just honestly, I was just bored for a lot of it. So yeah, Final Destination's interesting, decently original. So it's yeah, not difficult for me.
yeah, yeah. I'm a little bored by Christine as well. Though I think it does have Kelly Preston in it, right?
I don't even know who that is, to be honest. I'm trying to see if that name's on the poster somewhere.
I don't know. Well, she was quite hot back in the day, so that's one good thing it's got going for it. I can't remember to what extent of a role she has in the movie, but her being in the movie would be a plus for me. But it doesn't change the fact that I think Final Destination is just much more enjoyable than Christine overall. Anyways, let's move on. Oh boy. Yeah, Mortuary. That's a movie that I think is going to have a very difficult time getting chosen over most other movies.
Hey,
Yeah.
if I was going up against a Greasy Strangler, I'd have to vote Mortuary.
Oh fuck you. The Greasy Strangler is a beautiful movie. It would be insane for you to pick Mortuary over that, but you know, some people just are wrong sometimes, and
I'm one of them, so
yeah,
it's
in that
okay.
instance, you would be. Ooh, The Faculty versus April Fool's Day from 1986. Uh, I like the aesthetic of April Fool's Day, but at the same time, it comes off as a little generic to me, that movie, even though its ultimate premise is somewhat quite original. Like how that movie unfolds is very, I don't know, it's a little surprising, I guess. But overall, I, there's nothing about that movie I particularly love. I can watch it, but yeah, I gotta go with The Faculty. And it's not that The Faculty is like super awesome. I think it's pretty entertaining. Clearly, there's a lot of well-known actors in that movie, so you get to see a lot of familiar faces. I don't know. It maybe I just need to see April Fool's Day again to see if I feel any differently about it, because I've only ever seen it maybe twice in my life, whereas I've seen The Faculty at least, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times.
It's almost like the opposite for me. I've seen April Fool's Day probably 5 or 6 times, and The Faculty like twice now. April Fool's Day is one of those movies. Like I'm a big slasher guy anyway, and I like a lot of the characters in April Fool's Day. It's just to me, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it can be a little messy at times. Like the finale could probably be fixed up a little bit, but overall, I watched it earlier this month, and I went out of my way to watch it because I legitimately enjoy it. I think The Faculty is decent, but for me, it's like not much of a contest, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Ooh. Okay. Jason X is the shit.
So I'm just going to say,
Oh,
I've
fuck you.
I'm just going to say that I've not seen Jason X in like 15 plus years, so I feel like I can't reasonably choose it over a movie like Final Destination. But it's possible that maybe once I see it again, this will change down the line. You never know.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be watching Jason X tomorrow. Okay.
Here's the problem. The problem is before I watch Jason X, I need to watch Jason Goes to Hell because I'm trying to watch this in
No,
order.
you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I mean, why?
I'm not sure my OCD would allow that. But
To be honest, Jason X is one of those movies I think you can watch without really having watched much of any of the other movies, because I mean, the only thing that really continues over is the character itself. It doesn't really need any of the plot points from most of the other movies for it to exist. So yeah, you don't need to do that to yourself. You don't need to put yourself through Jason Goes to Hell just to watch the awesome movie that is Jason X.
And here's 2 fun facts actually that people might be interested in. One, I've never actually seen Jason Goes to Hell because actually I watched like the first 15 minutes once. I'm like, I'm not feeling this, and I never finished it. So I've never actually seen all of it. 2, and if I happen to find this picture, maybe it'll be fun to throw up online somewhere. But back when I was a kid, I actually dressed up as like the Jason X costume for Halloween once. So some good memories.
And you know what's funny? I think the first 15 minutes of Jason Goes to Hell is probably the best part of that movie. and maybe towards the end when you get the little surprise at the end, but yeah, overall, I mean, if you really trying to watch a movie for Jason Goes to Hell is not really it. I know some people have started to come around on it because it's a little out there in terms of what it's trying to do with the character and the plot of the movie, but yeah, if you just want to see a guy in a hockey mask chopping up people, Jason Goes to Hell is not for you. Anyways, let's move on. I'll be honest here. I don't know if I've ever seen Vault of Horror, so my choice is simply based on when these movies came out or when they were produced. So I don't know exactly what is this, 73?
Yep.
Early 70s. chances are I'm not going to love that movie, but I mean, at least it's not in the 60s, and that'd hurt it a lot more. And I mean, Leprechaun isn't anything fantastic. I think it's got a lot of problems. Um, and when the Leprechaun's not on the screen, the movie's kind of dull. Unless maybe you're just watching it to kind of perv on a young Jennifer Aniston, but
I
yeah,
have to say, I do slightly disagree. I forget the name of the character, but there's a mentally challenged character in Leprechaun that I actually think the scenes revolving around his character can be somewhat touching at times. I think it's a pretty good performance. Now, I do think probably Warwick Davis' Leprechaun is the most entertaining thing, but I don't think it's entirely without merit. The non-Leprechaun scenes.
I
Now,
think the best Leprechaun movies are the ones that, like, when he's back to the hood. I know a lot of people will disagree, but at least that one has a lot of fun with the ridiculousness of the movie, I guess.
speaking of which, and this is just a quick side note, I recently watched Leprechaun 3 for the first time in like 6 years. I have to say, I used to think number 3 was better than the second movie. I actually think I prefer movie 2 now. So, this is a Leprechaun update from Jiggy.
Were you about to say something?
I was just going to say, like, comment, and subscribe, Russ.
Yeah, do all the usual YouTube bullshit.
Notifications, dude. It's really fun.
Smash that like button.